Hello, everybody. This is Susie. Tonight I'm doing a second part to my real talk from last night. Um, okay, so we all know that being real is shooting straight from the heart, so please feel my heart on this. Um, I've got a few topics that I kind of feel strongly that people use as not as an excuse, but as a way to protect themselves. So, um, the first one is I've never dieted before, don't know where to start. Okay, so you start small. Um, you change up your food, just like I mentioned last night. Swap out fried food for baked food, swap out sour cream for Greek yogurt. I know it sounds weird, but it works. It's actually really good. Um, and you stay away from the starchy vegetables like potatoes, white rice, white pop. Hey there. Okay, so my signal kind of spaced out a little bit. Okay, so as I was saying, you stay clear of starchy vegetables like potato, white pasta, white rice, and so on. Um, do beginner type workouts like yoga, walking, Pilates, dancing. There's a few others, that's really low impact, but those are the best ones. And hiking is always really good too. Hi, Amanda. If somebody says, kind of gets me thinking when somebody says, I can't do those exercises. Well, okay, let me tell you a little story. When I first started on my journey and I started working out for the first time probably ever since I was in school, I actually could not do one single push-up at all. Nothing. Couldn't even do maybe two setups. It was pitiful. So whenever I started out and I was doing the push-ups and the setups, um, doing the setups, I would put my feet underneath the couch where I would have leverage and I wouldn't lose my form, I guess you could say. And I would do it that way. For push-ups, I literally got one of our kitchen table chairs and held onto the sides and lowered myself down and up because my arms were not strong enough muscle-wise to be able to support my body weight. So anybody can do any type of modification on an exercise to make it fit them where they can actually get something out of it. There are even ways you could do push-ups off the wall. I never quite figured that one out. I did try, but I didn't figure out how it was going to work and actually do any good. So you can do it. Just remember, whatever you set your mind to, if you need to start exercising, just remember you can do it. Take it one baby modification step at a time. And even if you do planks, so if you're in a plank position, you don't start out trying to hold it for a minute or 2 minutes. You start out at 15 seconds, 30 seconds, build up to 20 seconds, build up to the 30 seconds to go to the 45 seconds, and so on and so forth until you're up at a minute, 2 minutes, because that's a tough exercise. So if somebody said, and I've actually heard this, I've actually said this, I'm falling apart after that age. Well, whether that age being 30, 35, 40, trust me. Okay, so trust me, you're not falling apart. When you do get to a certain age, your body gets stiff. It doesn't want to work properly, and that's usually because you're not exercising. People have aches and pains. It comes with life. As you get older, everything seems to be falling apart. But it's just due to lack of exercise, lack of good nutrition. You get all those things going back in your favor, then you're going to feel like you did when you were 20, 30. Maybe not 20, but maybe 25, 30, 35. I mean, I'm fixing to be 45 years old, and I actually don't feel like I'm 45 anymore. I feel like I'm, about 35, 30, mid 30s, somewhere in there. And of course, I guess my grandson helps, keeps me energetic and chasing after him all the time when I have him. So it does help. And then if somebody has a mobility issue, okay, so mobility issues are tricky. You just have to, it doesn't mean you can't do any exercises. You just kind of have to take it really slow. If you've had surgery or if you've injured your back, you don't want to do, okay, so you don't want to take it full blast, go with everything you got just because you think you have to. If you're got mobility issues, go slow. There's no worries. You don't have to keep up with everybody else. If you're in a like a group workout class at a gym, or if you're trying to do something on a video at home, you do not have to follow along. You do what you can. If they're saying, do this for a minute, you don't have to do that for a minute if you can't do it for a minute. 15, 20 seconds, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. Don't put that stress upon yourself. But also, if you have, okay, so consult your doctor if you have mobility issues. You definitely don't want to be doing something that's going to mess you up even further. Okay, so the next one is I don't like the gym or to exercise. Okay, truth be told, who likes exercising, right? I mean, it can be fun. You can learn to love it, just like I did when I first started out on my journey. I did not like exercising. It was tough. But I enjoy it now. It helps relax me. It helps get me where I can de-stress a little bit after work or get up in the morning, get my blood pumping, just depending on when I'm able to do my workout. But I do get my workouts done every single day just because I've made it a habit. So, you could do, the fun ones like dance party style. You could do yoga, Pilates, something that's relaxing, something that's fun, that's energetic, that doesn't make you feel like you're doing 100 squats and 50 lunges and 20 push-ups. I mean, that gets boring, right? So, okay. The next one we have on the list is I'm just not ready and I don't want to pay money. Okay. You have to have the right mindset to be able to do any type of workouts to get yourself in a healthier lifestyle. Your mind's got to be in the right place. If you know you're doing it for the right reasons and you're fully dedicated to it, that's great. That will propel you into having the determination to get up, get that workout done, or to get the workout done after work when you've had a really crazy day. Also, you'll need somebody that will help to support you that's not going to accept that BS excuse like, I just don't feel like it. Because usually when somebody starts their journey, it's for a specific reason. Like mine, whenever my grandson was born, and I have older nephews and a niece that lived really close to, and they were always wanting me to play with them and outside with them and stuff like that. I did not have the energy to do it. I literally would huff and puff. And I was 40, almost 41. And, that's crazy to think that a 40-year-old is just sitting there huffing and puffing. Yes, I was, 40, 50 pounds overweight, and, that was the majority of it, but I was just totally out of shape. And I knew whenever my grandson was born, I was like, okay, enough. I've got to do something. I've got to make this work for me. So I'm not doing this when he's wanting me to play with him. And I have a really close bond with my nephews and my niece also. So, it's hard when you look in a child's eyes and they want you just to be there with them, present, playing with them, chasing them, playing hide and go seek and all that kind of stuff. And you just don't feel like you can. So is your health worth more to you than not then the excuses of, I don't want to pay the money, or I just not ready. Everybody has their own reasons. More than likely, no two people's reasons are going to be exactly the same. You just have to find your reason and find what's going to propel you to do what you need to do for yourself to be healthy. Okay, so 3 years ago, pretty much to the day, as of today, I was at a Mother's Day weekend and graduation, and we were taking pictures and having a blast and loving every minute of it. I saw the pictures and I was like, yeah, no. That's when I made the decision. I had to get healthy. I didn't look healthy. I didn't feel healthy. I wasn't satisfied with anything. So I was like, got to do it no matter what it takes. I don't care. And about a year later, I was pretty much half the size I was the year before, clothes-wise, that is. So it can be done. Even if you're over 40, it can be done. It just takes, like I said, you make up your mind and you do it, because ultimately, first and foremost, you have to do it for yourself. No other reason but yourself. And if you do it that way, then, all real talk aside, you'll make the right decision and you do what you have to do. So, if you have any topics you would like for me to cover, I'm doing these little mini series. So I will be glad to cover any topic you would like me to cover. If you want to hear a little bit more about something specific, just shoot me a message. If you don't want to do it on the comment section below, shoot me a private message and we can chat about it. Have a good evening. Bye.